Welcome to Divine Creations. My name's Dawn, and the purpose and intentions of this video is to introduce myself and my goals and intentions for this sacred space, where only love, unity, equality and oneness are welcome. I'm referring to my notes because I get very tongue-tied. So for today only, I will be referring to my notes off to the left. Whilst visiting here, there is no wrong way. There's the scenic route, the bumpy terrain, the potholes, the actual void at times. But together I wish to offer support, inspiration, upliftment and loving company, so that even though we may be alone in our daily lives, there's always somebody about to simply be there for us and to love us exactly as we are without judgment. Where we can say we are struggling, feeling poorly or having a bad day, time, life. So we can reach out with healing and unconditional love for all of us without exception. And I wish to share my life challenges and the joyful ones that have helped me to be true me, along with all the blessings and the miracles that have come into being along the way. To share the tools I use, such as my tarot cards. These are from the Good Tarot. And the King of Swords to me is Archangel Michael, who has been guiding me to make these videos for quite some time. He is encouraging me to use my authentic voice and to speak up and to speak out in loving ways that help and support each and every one of us, which, as someone who, when they were really young, was so shy and introverted that I would cross the road if I saw somebody who looked even remotely familiar, because heaven forbid they would speak to me, I would get so flustered. My cheeks would burn. I'm sure you could fry eggs on each one. And I would be so relieved if I avoided speaking to anybody. That's the extent of my shyness. So to be sat here doing this today, especially with my eyes that they have a life of their own and go in all different directions, is quite the challenge, but one that I'm more than up for. And in future videos, I'm sure my crazy sense of humour will come through when I'm less nervous. But to me, laughter is so important. It's very needed and it's the best medicine ever. So be prepared for lots of crazy shenanigans in the future. I also work with many different oracle decks. This one I'm using in my personal daily readings is called The Whispers of the Ocean. I have many decks covering all sorts of topics. I especially love my angels and archangels, but over the years I have come to love and adore many different divine beings and inspirations from all sources. For instance, today, with it being 9/11, I was drawn to do a special reading as New York is etched in my soul. I have no clue why, but from a very young age I knew that I just loved New York, and those feelings have got stronger and stronger over the years. So 9/11 to me, whilst devastating and the loss is beyond comprehension, I love to focus on the unity and the love that we can all join together and spread all around the world, each and every day, but especially today for this wonderful part of the world, and anyone and everyone impacted and affected in any way, shape or form. My heart goes and love goes out to everybody. And in my reading that I'm about to post on TikTok at Divine Creations 444, if you wish to have a look at it, my main focus is a message from Lord Ganesh about appropriately divine support and how we all support each other in love, because love is who we are and all we will ever be. And I love Lord Ganesh energy because he's all about the joy and the laughter and the love, and it comes through in any reading that I do with these cards. And I will do a deck walkthrough at some point in the future because these cards are just wonderful. I also do paint pours, and this one to me looks like penguins, which is quite apt for this group because penguins have partners that they are with for life. They love unconditionally, and the colours in this painting to me, they speak of unconditional love also, so they're quite appropriate. And I'm going to be featuring my paint pours and also what the signs and the symbols I see in the paintings, and hopefully that in time you will all comment what you see, because whenever anybody looks at them, anyone and everyone sees something different. I've also recently started doing paint pours on records, and I found that the records that I have that my son's donated to me, the actual songs on them are all to do with unconditional love and the power of love and the miracles that come from when we join together and share that love. It just uplifts anything and everyone in its wake, and that's what I hope in this space we will all continue to do together, because it's so powerful and very, very needed at this time in our crazy world. But there are so many miracles that are coming about even with all these crazy things that are going on, because it's helping us to heal all that is wrong, so that even more love and togetherness can come in. And it's just wonderful, and I will go into more detail in my readings each time I post. I also keep a journal. This is one of my latest ones. I'm going to do a whole video on journaling and the importance of it, because especially when we're going through challenging, trying times, I have found by keeping my journals, when I look back in happier times and read what I've been through, not only does it highlight all the miracles, all the joy and the wonderful achievements, but also the wonderful people up and downstairs, as I like to refer to everybody, who have helped us along the way. And it's so important to give yourself a pat on the back and to know that you're doing the best you can. And you may think it's insignificant, but just a kind word, a smile, it miracles everywhere. And we have no clue most of the time that we have had such an impact on the people that we interact with and meet in our daily lives. I will also be sharing hints and tips for how I get through each day with chronic pain and a disability that over the years I have learned to adapt and rest and do things to help myself to ease the pain, and also to take my mind off of it. Hence the paint pours that I started 2 years ago, when I physically just couldn't go to work because the pain was so overpowering. I've also learned and come to realise over many years of working with Spirit, the divine God, or whoever you may personally refer to, beings of love and light who assist us from the higher realms, and also from the lovely people who help us down here, who they send our way to help us, or they send us signs repeatedly in my case, because I always laugh and say to them, please make it clear it's me you're dealing with, because who knows if I can float around and not notice anything. They must get very frustrated and they're very patient, that's all I know. We all have free will, so unless we ask for help, they will never ever intervene unless our lives are in danger. So I always ask and nag on about anything and everything, and I always add on the end, this or better please, because what we think is best for us and what we think we need, the divine and upstairs and the universe, they have a much better knowing of what we truly need, because they have such a higher perspective than we do. Everything that I intend to share in this space is from a personal loving perspective. I will never sit here and say to anybody, or even in my daily life, that you or they or anyone have to do anything, because we're all unique, we all do things differently. So there is no wrong way, as I've said already. I am not a teacher, I'm a way shower. For I'm intending to show the way and inspire others via my own experiences, because they are personal and I've lived them myself. And if anything I can share will help anyone in any way to feel more uplifted, pain-free, loved, anything that is joyful, then I'm going to go for it and do my best. Lastly, I am setting the intentions and dedicating this channel to my wonderful, wonderful mum and dad, who over the years, especially when I was younger, endured so much abuse because of my legs being in plaster and everything else that goes with having a disability. I want them to be able to see that what they went through wasn't in vain, and that I am a stronger person because of all the people, anyone and everyone that bullied me, put me down, told me I was thick and useless and I wouldn't amount to anything. Well, here I am, married, with 3 children and 3 grandchildren, and countless lovely doggies along the way. I'm also dedicating this channel to a very, very close friend of mine who has been a huge support over the years, especially the recent years when together we have been through very challenging work situations that again we have come out of so strong and closer than ever together, because of our closeness and the bond that we share. And I'm also dedicating this channel to each and every beautiful soul who decides to follow and like and listen to my ramblings and my readings and wafflings, for indeed we are all one big family, united in love. I'm sending everybody lots of love, light, angel hugs and healing miracles, especially today on 9/11. Big love to anyone and everyone connected to New York or who is tuning in via social media, who may be feeling upset, anxious or still suffering in any way, shape or form because of those terrible things that happened all those years ago. We will never forget. I will never forget. And my love goes out to everybody. Thank you for listening.